So now let's look at urban futures, or how cities are rethinking their planning, their design, and how to work with populations. Next slide, please. So I want to mention some principles that I think here are important to understanding life in cities. First of all, risk. So cities, I would argue, are suffused with risk. And this risk comes in many different forms. It's multidimensional, it's multifactorial. So we're clearly exposed to risk in cities, and I would describe this as exogenous risk. And we experience risk in cities, so this is endogenous risk. And the exposure to risk in all its multiple forms and the exposure to and the experience of risk, these interact with variable outcomes for both individuals and communities. So urbanization itself increases the likelihood that we will live in unhealthy environments with an unhealthy lifestyle. So we will eat takeout food, will not exercise enough, will experience high levels of stress. So some of these risks just come with the process of urbanization. But some people, by virtue of family history, genetics or behavior, are more vulnerable to the effects of exogenous risk. And this can sometimes combine with endogenous risk to raise individual levels of risk per se. Next slide, please. So these are important factors, I think, also to take on board as we think about the urban environment. Risk is attached to places. So specific public and private spaces have emotional resonance for us and can encompass all kinds of fear and anxiety in response. People can experience risk in risk-laden places due to structural factors. So we could think here of the lack of lighting that might be in a public street or a public park. There may be no pavement or no green space at all. Or population factors. So you might have high local crime or violence rates, etc. So we need to think about risk as being attached to places.